What's up guys, Cypherx here with a quick delicious update in honor of 1.4.9, which I can only call the buffening. Ooh, what does that mean you ask? Well, let's just say that players looking to revisit oldie but goodie weapons can certainly look forward to having some fun. First, this is the absolute first patch that all the main content is for the main weapons of the game, i.e. common through epic. No new legendary to speak of and no new legendary tweaks to speak of. Let's dive in and you'll see what I mean.
Don't pause. Press play.
First, let's cover the fluff as we always do first. We got a bunch of new package deals and other crystal and lucky pack fare. There's a new crystal sub, which honestly looks identical to the old sub, so I don't know why they had to make kind of a hoopla about getting rid of the old and then with the new, etc. But there are a lot of legendary TP packs now. We all caught up on our dervs, right? Great. Honestly, those are just bumps in the road to the awesomeness that is the actual patch. Let's get to it. It's meat and potatoes time, and nearly every non-legendary weapon got a buff to its unique in some way. Starting with common Umbra weapons, the casting time of their unique skill has been reduced, so its cast is a little bit faster. Basically, the animation is sped up. This should help considerably with the lockout time after casting the skill. There was a lot of times I'd cast it, and while one move would get whiffed or, I'd be immune from one move, the follow-up attack would just kill me anyway. So, it's kind of nice to see them get tweaked, get buffed a little bit. The animation was also changed a little bit too. There's this digital 3D sphere grid that pops around you now, so that's kind of cool too. Also, their recharge time has been dropped to 35 seconds down from 40. Now, just on that note, because you're going to hear this phrase a lot, recharge and cooldown are two different things, just for those who don't know. Your recharge is the time that your weapon takes to actually charge up its special attack. The cooldown is if you have a weapon like the Umbra weapons where you can have multiple charges of your unique, how long it takes for that charge to just cool down, you can use the one right after it. The cooldown is like a fraction of the recharge. So there you go. Moving on to one-handed swords, they got their recharge times reduced as well. Steel Sword's cooldown was reduced from 50 seconds to 45 seconds. Dark Pulse's cooldown was reduced from 60 to 45, and the lag time after your character springs up from the ground has been reduced as well. Similar to the Umbra weapons, this was a major flaw to the weapon, so maybe we'll see some more Dark Pulse users in the field now that they're not so vulnerable after they use their unique. Knight's Heart got its cooldown reduced from 30 seconds to 20 seconds, and the casting time was reduced as well. I imagine this makes the cast time like nigh instantaneous because it was already pretty fast, but hey, I'll take the buff. For one-hand maces, Executor got a huge buff. In addition to a reduced cast time, its unique now buffs the user 50% within the ring. This is 150% more than the original 20% buff. Discord OG Nevercare also reported a whooping 150 damage on his combo 3 that wasn't even a crit or a back attack. This combined with the stream regular DF, you know who you are, shout out to you. We expect to see a lot more Executor users out there, because this is definitely a weapon to be respected. Moving on, Thunder's unique cooldown was reduced from 50 seconds to 40. I've felt this firsthand. It felt like Thunder users were able to spam the unique a little more often, so definitely look out for that. The Savagery got its unique casting time, recharge, and cooldown reduced. Its recharge now takes 35 seconds down from 45, and its cooldown is now 16 seconds down from 20. So definitely, look out for that reflect ability that they have, and definitely don't try to hug them too much because they're gonna spawn spikes and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a lot more often now. So definitely be careful when you fight a Savagery. In Dual Swordland, Sanguines got their recharge time reduced from 35 to 25. Day one of this patch, I got chased down by Discord member Architrace, so I can definitely attest for the speed of these things. Beware the Sanguines. I mean, he was literally up my ass. It was ridiculous. Lava Blades got the cast time, recharge, and cooldown of its unique reduced as well. Its unique now takes 35 seconds to recharge, down from 50. Its cooldown has been reduced from 24 to 18 seconds, and its cast animation is almost instant now, making it much more viable mid-fight. Blades of Black Snow also got a similar treatment with reduced cast time on its unique as well. So prepare to get Batmaned a lot by Black Snow ninjas out there, just a warning. Greatsword also got a little bit of love. Both Chaos Ender and Dragonsteel's recharge time got reduced from 55 seconds to 45 seconds. While that seems really minor, you gotta remember that I think a patch or two ago, both of these weapons got a major overhaul, so they're already doing really well. The weapon that you gotta worry about now, and something I've really hoped for a long time, I've been talking to a lot of people about this, is the Greatsword of Destruction. It got some serious love to its unique. In addition to the cast time being reduced, the speed at which it applies statuses also got seriously buffed. Just a few short seconds in this aura will leave you burnt, frozen, bloody, just to name a few things. I had been waiting for this to happen for a long time and I can't wait to play around with this weapon. Moving on to Giant Mace, Giant Ancient Dragon's recharge time was reduced from 45 to 35, and the Big Red Mountain has its recharge time reduced from 55 to 45. Personally, I'm still waiting for overall rework to Giant Mace, like just in the way it works, because unless you connect with somebody, you're just open. Like if you completely whiff an attack, you're just sitting there with your cheeks hanging out, and that's not really acceptable, because Greatsword, not only is it faster, it's a two-handed weapon of equal weight, quote unquote, and you have CC, it's not parryable, you can do anything after an attack. Like Giant Mace just needs some love right now. But I digress. Halberd got a little bit of love with the Sky Cannon receiving a minor reduction in its recharge time. It's down to 45 from 50, but let's be honest, this is just a minor thing. Halberd as a weapon type is already one of the best types in the game, and it doesn't need much. Lastly, on to staves. Arbiter got its cast time reduced, making its tornado pretty much instant. Master Wind's got a really nice update. Its unique recharge was reduced to 30 seconds, down from 40, and its unique is now unblockable. So it doesn't just let you sit there and swing your staff and you're just kind of like stuck in this animation. You're actually gonna topple people now, and it's gonna make a really nice opener. And finally, the Eternal Highborn got its recharge time reduced to 40 seconds, down from 50. Well, wait a minute, Cypherx, what about Longsword? Longsword never needed a buff. You can't see my head, but it's shaking right now. Longsword is the literally OG legendary weapon in the game and needs no buff whatsoever. We're just gonna carry on. We're gonna pretend like you never said that. And that wraps up this quick patch. It definitely is something to help rebalance the original weapons in the wake of the legendary hoopla that's been the last couple of patches. I already know certain players have been eyeballing these changes and drooling just a little bit because their favorite weapon just got its wings. I know Lava and Black Snow users out there are super happy, and I'll say it from personal experience, its ult is like dumb fast now. Use it often. On a personal note, I share many players' concerns that things are getting a little pay to win. I can already hear a ton of people like, little, oh my god, I know, trust me, I know, just let me get through this thought. I mean, how many players get super serious when they see any rainbow icon in the loading screen? It's like, oh, purple and gold and blue, great, we're gonna have a good fight. The second you see any rainbow icon, especially if you see multiple rainbow icons, you're just sitting there like, what did I just get into, right? As much as I enjoy legendary weapons, matches with nothing but legendary weapons actually sort of suck. Like if you do a friendly match and do nothing but legendary weapons, it's honestly really chaotic. Like it's not fun. Hell, even full Umbral matches are more fun. And I mean, like, they're really more fun. You're down to your basics. If you're ever looking for some non-leggy fun, you're always welcome to drop by my streams where I hold team matches for funsies with all kinds of weird weapon bans. So far, all Umbral has been a crowd favorite. This includes all rare, all, maces, all this, all whatever. The whole idea is to bring back the feeling of balance for fans and people like us who just want a good old-fashioned throwdown. That said, I hope Hyjin does something more in line with all their players. Play the long route and gain millions over years rather than tens of thousands over the course of 1 to 2 years. Hit us with unlockables, costumes, cosmetics, and PvE content that gives us something to go after over a long period of time so you keep our attention. I mean, how hard would it be to put a PvE content dungeon? You have all the background stuff, you have monsters, you have monster AI behavior, you have AI players, just make them into like elite bosses or something. And make CC, like tweak the way CC works so that multiple players have to inflict CC to make it work. I mean, tons of MMOs I've played do this, and you have the framework. You have the framework here. You have a balling combat system. Just use it, and I guarantee you'll get tons of money out of that just by way of microtransactions that don't unbalance the game. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know how you guys feel about this patch. Any weapon you're looking forward to revisit? Any weapons you're like, man, I'm so happy this happened, or man, you just need some more work. Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know how you guys feel. And as always, love, peace, and elevate your hunts, guys. Lates.